Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Borderlands movie on Stars. And I had heard not good things about this movie, and I saw that it was popping up on Stars around Christmas, and I had a lull, and I'm like, let's see how this goes. And this is not a bad, fun movie. This is, oh my god, how did this kind of occur? Why did this kind of occur kind of thing? Because, there's nothing the actors could have done to save this. Some of them tried very hard for what they're attempting to do, but the direction, the costuming, the over-reliance on CGI to the point of just almost having it be a green screen fuckfest is just not worth it. I would not recommend anybody watching this, specifically even those that are Borderlands fans. Now, this is pretty much adapting the first game's story, and the first game's story has pretty much just loosely connected quests and everything, and then you get to the vault and you kind of fight this like tentacle kind of monster. Somehow, this fucked that up and made that seem better. Like, the best kind of story for Borderlands is pretty much Borderlands 2. I mean, there's other ones that kind of connect and everything. 3 is not as, like, it has its kind of issues and everything, but it still at least has more of a kind of coherent plot than, like, the first one, where it's just like, oh, go for loot and all that kind of shit. Alright, looter shooter. Alright, I got it. Most of the stuff you'll usually find more flavor-wise in certain kind of quests and whatnot, and then they were able to kind of, like, really fucking hit that nail on the head with Borderlands 2. This, I don't know who it was made for. It doesn't go quite as far as Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, where it does intentional Easter eggs that are kind of just like, hey, you see what we did there? Done incorrectly, where it's like, oh, this is Jill's sandwich now. It's like, what? Like, the Jill's sandwich line was amazing because it's like a bad dad joke by Barry, as it's like, Jill was almost turned into a Jill sandwich. It's not her eating a fucking sandwich. And, oh my god. Like, I've seen Cate Blanchett in different kind of movies. I've seen her in Thor Ragnarok, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit, other kind of ones as well. And it's just, oh my god, the hair. There's only so much she can do. And you even see her doing as much as she can do. It's like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. Kevin Hart as Roland confuses and confounds me. Roland was normally kind of like a no-nonsense kind of character. I kind of picked him and did a little bit with him in the first one before switching to Mordecai, mainly because of the bird and flaming and more trying to see how that kind of gameplay style worked. He attempts very well to do his action role. Him and Cate Blanchett at least get some interesting kind of action scenes going on. And there's like 2 main ones. Mainly within a kind of psycho base. Bandit kind of base. That they're able actually to have themselves presented and executed pretty well in doing their kind of action move stuff. I'm like, wow, okay, this works out. That is like the exception in this fucking movie. Oh my god. Tiny Tina, I have really no problem with, but the biggest kind of issue with Tiny Tina is I don't think they really understood her from the game and instead just went annoying kid route. Whenever you do annoying kid route, and then also doing the kind of typical kind of tropes of what kind of goes on with her character and what's going on. So it's like, alright, Krieg, he's just doing pretty much whatever. I don't understand why they did these characters, because you got Lilith and Roland, who are the 2 Vault Hunters, 2 Vault Hunters from the first game, and then of course there was DLC that introduced Krieg and Tiny Tina and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird to mash these 2 together, so let's kind of crack into this fuckfest. So we start off pretty much getting narration overview of like the corporations, Pandora pretty much being a shithole, and this whole Iridian kind of thing, where the Iridians are the kind of lost race, and a daughter of Iridia has to pretty much open the vault. We get Roland pretty much trying to rescue Tina from this kind of prison kind of complex. Krieg pops up as well. We see that there's some kind of strange relationship between Roland and Nox. Crimson Lancers. Lancers? Something like that. Like, it just... Not the Crimson Raiders. Let me see here. No, phone. Do not fuck with me on this, you son of a bitch. Crimson Lance. Okay. Yeah, from the Atlas Corporation. So, he's pretty much there, and he's trying to get her out, trying to get her to her father, but then they evidently are like, hey, they learn about the father and decide not to kind of do that. This then proceeds to have the father look for Lilith, who is a bounty hunter, and we get this whole bar scene that really just doesn't even work out. Like, Borderlands has a kind of flavor to it. And this tries its damnedest to do some kind of flavor, but it's not really there. It's like almost mashing up all these different kind of things. She's got this bounty. These people are like, our boss wants to talk to you. And we get her kind of fighting and ensuing, her killing some people, and then the dude, the one dude who's almost pretty much like beat to shit, taking over for this other dude, for the Atlas guy, to be like, hey, I want you to get my daughter. It's like, alright, fine. And then we get like the longest amount of dead time where she gets to Pandora. We get Marcus pretty much doing the whole Vault Hunter spiel, where even at my point I'm like, Lilith, I understand, fucking take this asshole out or something like that. She's going around, she's got this kind of beacon thing. She gets set upon by this claptrap. It's like, yeah, I was woken up to kind of do stuff with you, so let's go do this. The claptrap is done by Jack Black, and he can't even say that kind of stuff. I like Jack Black. He did a great Bowser in the Mario movie. But here it's just, I don't know. He does a decent enough claptrap, but it's just like, this movie has really kind of fucked with me already, and it's just like, fine, do your CGI bullshit. So, she pretty much gets to Tiny Tina and almost gets blown up continuously, where we see more bad CGI kind of going around, where it just, you could pretty much tell that like the actors are like running on green screen kind of shit. They're like, this is a good poster movie of this is poorly implemented CGI, and not even really good CGI either. It's like, god damn it. I don't mind the use of CGI if you let the people who are doing it do it well and are able to make it not have an uncanny valley of that person's just running on some kind of weird thing and is not running on what I think they're running on. So Tina almost like is like blowing shit up and everything. Krieg's like, what the fuck's going on? And we find out that Roland is pretty much keeping Tina from her father. We learn more about her, that she was pretty much spliced with Iridian DNA, and that she thinks that she's like the special one to like open up the vault. Spoiler alert, it's not her, it's Lilith. We then get hooked up with them pretty much trying to find all the keys, and that the daughter is going to be the one to open it up. We get them talking to pretty much Moxie and getting sent to Tannis. Jamie Lee Curtis does her best as Tannis, but for some reason Tannis is mainly a younger woman in the games, and in this case is an older woman. I don't know why they made that change, other than to have Lilith be older and be the child, and that like Tannis and her mother were linked up, and her mother knew that she would probably be the one to open up the vault for some fucking reason before bandits killed everybody there, and Tannis sent her off-world to kind of keep her safe. And she's got these mother issues and Tannis issues that aren't really worked through at this movie whatsoever, because it's like 101 minutes, and even then it feels long as fucking shit. So they pretty much go into this Tina has the One Piece, not the one, has one key piece, and then they go through this other thing of psychos. We also get a fucking thing where Claptrap gets shot the shit out of and then poops out bullets afterwards. It's like, okay. Again, I don't mind the humor. It's how it's executed and how it takes up an inordinate amount of time where I'm just like, just fucking finish it. That's like, it's a robot pooping bullets. If you can't make that funny, like, I am alright with that kind of joke. And how it would be kind of set up and everything. I didn't even find it funny in how it was executed and done. I'm not some prude or whatnot. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking robot pooping bullets. This is so passe. No brow humor. I'm not on that. It wasn't well done and it wasn't well executed. I'm not having a good time. This is just lengthening out my agony here. It's just like, oh god. So thankfully I didn't go and see this in the movie theater, so haha. So Lilith just randomly finds the key, giving more credence to the fact like it's her. Like, I understand tropes and everything like that and doing a plot twist and everything, but when the plot twist is fucking telegraphed, even in the first beginning of being like, oh, Tina thinks she's the one. Nope, it's probably going to be Lilith. Because of, if you know anything about Borderlands or whatnot, you'd probably see that kind of twist kind of coming. And it just, like, the directors and everybody involved didn't understand that even seeing this. Like, there's real fun in misdirection and everything. Like the Oceans franchise. Yeah, I've seen it thousands and thousands, not thousands of times, but like a lot. And I always love being able to see the twists and turns and trying to remember, like, the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how it kind of worked out and everything. And then it helps you with what's kind of going on. It doesn't mean that you have to at least attempt to not show your card when it's, like, completely flying out your ass. It's like, whatever, alright. So, Roland pretty much stays behind, almost like die, but doesn't, as they're pretty much going through, and the Atlas dude pretty much throws Lilith under the bus, and Tina and Tanis and Krieg pretty much go and try and open the vault, and find out that it's not Tiny Tina, and Atlas is like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 and kind of want all this shit from in here. Of course, Lilith pops up, and wants to pretty much save her friends. Roland pops up as well, and there was a good kind of scene in that Psycho Den where we do see Lilith doing some crazy gun flipping and everything. That was kind of cool. Roland doing some good stuff as well in that action sequence. That's pretty much the best one. Krieg gets an action sequence here fighting this big fucking dude. As Lilith powers herself up to be Firehawk and starts using her siren powers, because she has not been using her siren powers because she has not been shown to be a siren until this point. And even the whole concept of being a siren is fucked up here, because instead, for some reason, she just gets Iridian powers, and it's not even really explained the whole kind of siren mythology and lore in here. It's like, I don't need a deep dive. I'm not saying that you have to, like, scrawl and vomit up what it completely means, but it just, oh, okay, I don't even know why you made this change. So she's, like, going around doing shit, fighting the fucking giant ship that Atlas is trying to shoot her with, and then he pretty much takes Tina hostage, and then Lilith pretty much puts him in the vault, and a tentacle monster eats him. They go out, they celebrate in Sanctuary, and that's it, really. Like, she does her, like, Firehawk stuff. Claptrap pretty much showed Lilith what was going on after, about her mother, and linking her, like, she's the one that's the child of Iridia kind of shit. Obi-Wan Kenobi style. Well, Leia to Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of shit, after they had pretty much left her thinking that she had betrayed them. And that's it. I understand completely why this film bombed. Its direction was not good. I'm glad I watched it to review it, to be like, okay, this is a clear-cut example of some people at the top did not understand what was going on. I like Cate Blanchett as an actress. I like Kevin Hart. I just found out that Tiny Tina's actress played young Gamora in Infinity War. I've liked Jamie Lee Curtis. I like the actress they got for Knox. Like, I have no problem with any of the actors in here. Because if you just close your eyes and just listen to it, this dialogue, somebody needed to, like, go through and write this and do better. I don't know if they had time for it, though. I don't know if the creative direction of the director. I know that Randy Pitchford, the main head honcho of Gearbox, was involved. I don't know how involved he was. The CGI, I don't even know how you get passed on that. I'm like, if you're going to do something, do it right. Let your animators do it right. And then, I know you do the best that you can with the fucking hair and everything, but it looked like cosplay, man. Like, higher tier cosplay that somebody put some money and shit into, but it detracts you from the world rather than get you into the world, immerses you in it. Roland isn't as bad with the design was, but it really hits with Lilith and with Tannis. Krieg works out better. Claptrap as well. Claptrap, I think, is where the main bulk of the budget of the CGI went. He's decent as enough. But then everybody else, I'm just... And then the weird kind of Thresher place for, like, the piss joke. And, again, I don't mind piss jokes. I don't mind toilet humor. It's got to be well done and well executed. Otherwise, oh, laugh at it, it's pee. No, you need to do more work than that, motherfucker. Oh, yes, it's pee. Why is it funny to me? You know, like, there's some where it's just like, oh my god, like, the escalation of the one South Park episode of everybody peeing in the pool. That's different. That's at least going, holy fucking shit. Is it disgusting as hell? Oh, hell yeah. But it's like, holy fuck, that kind of level. Here, it's just, I don't care. Like, I didn't feel like anybody cared about this movie and this, like, franchise. And that really shows in the product. Now, if you like it, and you think it's the best Borderlands movie and a great adaptation of the franchise, that's cool. I've got no problem with that. Alright? Enjoy it. Have fun with it. That's cool. Alright? I'm always alright with that. I'm not here to be like saying that you've gotta hate it or anything like that. I fucking hate that shit. This just did not work for me. But I'm still glad I watched it to understand why I don't like it, what problems I have with it, and what to kind of like do to express that. Oh god. Now, I think maybe a Borderlands TV show focusing on different Vault Hunters would have worked. Some kind of better streamlining adaptation of the games could work. I don't think that movies are an inherently bad premise for this, bad vehicle medium for Borderlands to be adapted. You just have to know what you're doing and how everything kind of connects and just kind of go with it. Not everything needs to be like a 2-hour affair, but you need to understand how things connect in order to how to connect them. This showed to me that they didn't understand that, and it just how the characters interact, what their histories are, what's the lore, what's going on with the world, the basic kind of building block stones of what's kind of going on here. Because it just felt like, yes, this is a short movie, but fucking hell, wow. It's like taking a small book like The Hobbit and stretching it into 3 movies. You can't do that. You're going to have issues, because then you got to start making stuff up. And then you got to make that stuff that you made up connect to other kind of stuff. And then it's just like, then you start having your problems. Then you get in your Game of Thrones stuff, because yes, you've got an outline. But you got to then fill out that outline and then connect everything together. And that's where you start getting into problems. If you are a good adapter, that doesn't mean you're necessarily a good writer, because you can adapt certain material and cut certain things away and streamline and flow things as you know how they connect. But if you don't have that to work with and you then have to fill it in yourself, that presents very different kind of problems. So, I wouldn't recommend this as a video game movie, a Borderlands movie, an action movie, or any basic kind of movie. If you need a time waster, there's a lot of other ones to watch. Rewatch your favorite movies, shows, anything. Not this. That's my recommendation. So those are my opinions on the movie. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.